Hello everyone. Today I'm going to continue this book, Loving the Time of Cholera. My goodness, that sound. It was 8 o'clock last night. The two servant girls were in bed, and they had left on the night light in the hallway that led Florentino Riza's way to his bedroom. He knew that his button-blown supper was on the table in the dining room, but the slight hunger he felt after so many days of half-starved eating vanished with the emotional euphoria of the letter. His hands were shaking so much that it was difficult for him to turn on the overhead light in the bedroom. He put the ring soaked letter on the bed, lit a lamp on the night table, and with a faint tranquility that was his customary way of calming himself. He took off his bed jacket and hung it on the back of a chair. He took off his vest, folded it with care, and placed it on top of the jacket. He took off his black silk string tie under the silly white collar that was no longer fashionable in the world. He unbuttoned his shirt down to his waist and loosened his belt so that he could breathe with greater ease. And at last he took off his hat and put it by the window to dry. Then he began to tremble because he did not know where the letter was, and his nervous excitement was so great that he was surprised when he found it, for he did not remember placing it on the bed. Before opening it, he dried the envelope with his handkerchief, taking care not to smear the ink in which his name was written, and as he did so, it occurred to him that the secret was no longer shared by two people, but by three, at least, for whoever had delivered it must have noticed that only 3 weeks after the death of her husband, the widow Abner was writing to someone who did not belong to her world, and with so much urgency that she did not use the regular mails, and so much secretiveness that she had ordered that it not be handed to anyone but slipped onto the door instead, as if it were an anonymous letter. He did not have to tear open the envelope, for the water had dissolved the glue, but the letter was dry, 3 closely written pages with no salutation, and signed with the initials of her married name. Oh, not her maiden name? Yeah, okay. What about my reading aloud? Everyone? Yay!